This YCN segment is brought to you by Lake Sunapee Visiting Nurse Association and Hospice.
YCN Game of the Week is brought to you by Top Stitch Embroidery, the best for your team and so much more. Hermanto's in Claremont, always fresh, always delicious. HR Clough and Kearsarge Heating, your local energy specialist. La Valley Building Supply, home improvement and construction from concept to completion. And by Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire.
Welcome back, YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide. We are set to begin the second quarter of action here in Lebanon, where the Raiders trail 6-0 and face a 3rd and 9. Dropping back to pass, has a man open.
Oh.
Nice catch, immediately tackled, but not before. Comes up with it. The first down reception, Plodzik. Beautiful ball. Thrown perfectly over the shoulder, and Plodzik's able to catch it, and they convert on the first down. Nice play there.
Yeah, really nice play. Nice job by Willman leading him, and Plodzik really had to turn around and make a catch behind his shoulder. Nice job by him. Nice job holding onto the football, too. He was well defended.
So 1st and 10, two running backs in the backfield, and handoff is fumbled again, and this time Willman is able to jump on it.
Fumble on the play, covered by the Raiders.
So another, I don't know, I couldn't really tell if the running back got possession of it and then dropped it, or if it again was on the pitch. But either way, it was fumbled, but a heads-up play.
26.
Jumping on it, and it'll bring up 2nd and a long, 16, 17 yards. And it does look like Islander he's sitting, and I don't know, the trainer did have some ice out, so I'm not really sure exactly what's going on, but he's definitely out for right now, and I don't know if he'll be coming back in anytime soon. Timeout on the field, 10:37 to play before halftime. Oh, excuse me, a delay of game. They didn't get the timeout call, so thought there was a timeout. The team looked like they were walking towards the sideline, but they'll get the delay of game call and move them back even further. So now they've, after the nice first down, or the 3rd down conversion, marched themselves into a big hole. 2nd and 22.
Yeah, if Islander is out and can't come back in this one, that's a huge loss for Lebanon. We're going to see some offensive struggles if that's the case.
Willman in the shotgun.
Ooh.
He fires and has a man. He gets hit pretty badly, but coming up with the catch, that's Plodzik again. So Plodzik coming up with some big catches, and that gets him all the way back to a 3rd and it looks like about 8 yards.
Yeah, and Willman got rocked on that play. Not sure who hit him, but
Plodzik again. So Plodzik coming up with some big catches, and that gets him all the way back to a 3rd and it looks like about 8 yards.
Yeah, and Willman got rocked on that play. Not sure who hit him, but
it's hit pretty badly, but coming up with the catch, that's Plodzik again.
He got hit really hard, but credit him, he bounced right back up, ran over to get the next play from his coach. So Willman to Plodzik really is going to be the connection here with Islander still on the sideline.
So 3rd and 8 from the 40-yard line. In the shotgun. Completely rushed, didn't even get any blockers, but he gets it out. It was a setup to screen pass to Mellish. And it looks like that one will go to Solomon Mellish, number 34, for the first down.
And it looks like Williman's a little slow to get up here. He's still sitting on the field. Let's see what happened.
Trainer coming out, and she'll take a look to see if everything's okay. Both teams will huddle up. 9:41 to go. We'll take a break. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by M.J. Harrington and Company, jewelers and designers since 1948.
Welcome back, YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide. Lebanon Raiders quarterback on the bench, and in comes the backup quarterback, and he's going to fire on the first play from scrimmage, and it's connected to Sullivan, Ryan Sullivan, from number 3, Ryan Preston, his first throw. And a beautiful pass to a nice open receiver. That ball was at the 40-yard line, and now they're sitting inside the 10-yard line, so over a 50-yard play, 52-yard play, and that'll bring up first and goal for the Raiders. Preston in the shotgun. Fumble on the snap, and it's going to be Hanover football. So the first play was perfectly executed by Preston, and then the second one is more of what you would expect from a backup quarterback coming in and not playing a lot.
Yeah, and really, I mean, Lebanon having a huge play on offense and immediately turning the ball over. I mean, that is not good. And the second, really, the play before that Preston threw, you could tell that was a good throw coming out of his hands, and nice play, but that fumble really hurts the Raiders here. And yeah, right now with your starting quarterback and one of your biggest offensive weapons in Islander both on the bench being looked at by the trainers, injuries are definitely going to be an issue here for Lebanon.
Timeout on the field. Lebanon wants to talk it over before Hanover takes over at their own 18. So with 9:10 to play in the second quarter, 6-0 our score, Hanover leading. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Mount Sunapee Resort. Fun for all seasons.
Welcome back, YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide, Hanover taking over after the fumble recovery. And Alexander Mosenthal will set up under center. Man goes in motion from their own 18. Fakes the handoff to the first running back, gives it to the second one. And falling forward for a few yards is Caleb Putnam. Gains 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Still no points on the board for Lebanon, and really it seems like Lebanon has really moved the ball pretty well tonight. Their second drive stalled on the inside the red zone, went for it on 4th down, and then this last drive before that fumble, a nice pass by the backup quarterback on his first throw, and they were inside the 10-yard line, but not able to cash it in. Hand off to the outside and around the corner, and plenty more yards, and then the flag comes in. That's number 6, Kalen Thomas.
Flag on the play.
So right now it is a first down. We'll see if it was in the area of a face mask on the tackle. It's going to be holding. So holding on the Marauders towards the end of the play.
Penalties on Hanover, holding.
Yeah, I think the key to this game right now for Hanover is just going to be to get their offense going. No flags. Just got to score another touchdown or two, because with Lebanon's injuries to their offense, it's going to be hard for them to score here tonight. And Hanover's just got to be smart. You know, you don't have to go for the big play. You don't have to make that block in the back. Just keep the ball moving, put some more points on the board. Because right now this game's looking like it's in your favor.
8 minutes to play in the first half. Hanover with the ball, 2nd down and 5 to go. Mosenthal under center. 2 running backs split behind him. And the handoff goes for a few yards, and that's number 22, Griffin Young. It's Griffin Young on the carry. That'll bring up 3rd and 1. Big play here for Lebanon after the turnover. They could hold Hanover to a punt here, get the ball back before the half, and give themselves a shot at tying this one up. Mosenthal under center, 3rd and short. Handoff, he has not been dragged down yet. Started going up the middle, then bounced it outside. It was Putnam. They're going to spot it where it will be a first down. Yes, so they will say first down. Lebanon coaching staff didn't like that call. They thought maybe at least they should measure. But it's first down for the Marauders. Couple of good student sections in the house tonight. Both Hanover, obviously not much distance to travel, and then also, obviously, Lebanon. This handoff is off to the left side and a lot of room, and Mosenthal keeps it himself. And he gets it all the way up to maybe the 44-yard line, first down.
Nice job by Mosenthal there, and I believe last year he was used as a running back. He wasn't the starting running back, but I believe he ran the ball a lot last year, so dual threat there. He can throw it, he can run it. Nice job by him moving the chains.
And it looks like we have some warming up by Islander on the sideline here as the carry goes to Griffin Young for a few yards. 6-yard gain, almost to the 50-yard line. Will bring up second down and 4.
Today's game is being brought in part by Echo Communications. Call them for all of your printing needs, and thank all of our advertisers for their support.
So Matthew Islander for the Lebanon Raiders, who had started very nicely as the running back, catching a couple passes. Then he was sitting down, some sort of injury, and now he's back on his feet, talking with one of the coaches, throwing the ball as if he's not only warming up to get back in the game, but possibly to play quarterback. Rosenthal fakes the handoff to one, then gives it to Roach.
Flag on the play.
Simon Roach, but a flag on the play. Penalty against Hanover. Holding penalty, so that'll move them back from the spot of the foul. Replay the down, second down.
If you miss any of our local programs on our 3 YCN network stations, you can always watch our shows and games anytime on our website, ycnnow.com.
Replay second down 15. Ball's on the Hanover 40-yard
So second down, and it looks like about 14 yards. They have to get to the Lebanon 46. Ball at their own 40. Rosenthal will draw it back to pass. Gets it out to Young, who gets back to the original line of scrimmage and still looking for room. He's got it almost all the way up to the first down marker. He may have enough.
Ball is carried by 22, Griffin Young. Tackled by 15, Ryan Sullivan.
They're going to give him the first down. Well, maybe not. It looked like at one point they had to get to the 46-yard line. They've spotted the ball, and they will measure. Bring the chains out here. Appears to be just short. Just by a couple lengths, I think it's going to be third down and very short, but a good gain there. Nice little pass, and Alexander Mosenthal let the defense kind of get into the backfield. Had the man to his left, and Griffin Young with a nice catch and run. Third and short.
See what they decide to do here. If it was just a nice little running play, just need a yard.
I mean, you could even have Mosenthal sneak it as well.
Yep.
And he does. And he gets plenty of yards. all the way across the 40-yard line to the 38-yard line of the Raiders. It's good. Just about a 6-yard gain on that. The old Tom Brady sneak. Just get low, get underneath the pile, and go.
Yeah, nice job by the line there, really creating space for Mosenthal to not only get the yard, but to pick up about 5 yards. Marauders playing some pretty smart football right here. Limiting their flags, and we did see a holding call, but they overcame that and trying to put another touchdown in the end zone.
4:30 to play in the half. Pitch goes to Young, and he's off to the outside, but a flag flies behind him. And immediately comes from the backfield, so that's a holding call against Hanover again, and don't want to keep putting themselves in these positions.
No, and I was just saying, they're doing a nice job of limiting their flags for the most part, but this is not the time to do that. And looks like their head coach, Sam Cavallero, is not too happy. Not sure if that's at the refs or the players, but it definitely moves the Marauders back here, and looks like they'll have about 12 or so yards to go.
Well, they've been able to do it, like you said before, come up with the big plays, but you don't want to keep putting yourself in the position having to rely on these big plays.
Yep.
So first down and 12. Mosenthal will go under center. A couple running backs behind him, Putnam and Roach. This one goes to Putnam. A big guy like Putnam, and he just barrels through a couple Lebanon Raider would-be tacklers and picks up almost all of it back, maybe 11 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 1.
Next week's YCN Game of the Week travels to Pennacook, New Hampshire, as Merrimack Valley hosts Hollis Brookline in their homecoming game. And the following week will be in the Upper Valley as Hartford hosts St. Albans. Check local listings for air times and replay times.
So 2nd and 2 for Hanover. They lead 6-0. Mosenthal calling out the play, making sure his running backs are in the correct position, and this one goes to Putnam. The pitch off the right side. Plenty of yards, gets the first down, and Hanover is content to just keep doing this. There's no reason they need to throw the ball. They don't need to get any trickery. They're content to just hand the ball off, do some pitches, and keep moving the chains.
Yeah, that's what they should do, and obviously throwing through the air, you have more of a risk of a turnover with the interception, and obviously you can fumble at any time, but running the ball, keeping the clock running here, and it's a good strategy, and like I was saying earlier, just keep it simple, just try to keep moving the ball forward, don't need those big plays. If you can put another touchdown here before halftime, that's big. Oh.
And illegal motion, looks like it will be. Timeout is called. So one ref threw his flag for a delay of game, but the far side referee had gotten the timeout call before that from Coach Cavallero. So with 2:39 to play in the first half, Hanover leading 6-0. We will take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by New London Hospital, an affiliate of Dartmouth Hitchcock.
Welcome back. YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide. Hanover moving the ball nicely. First down and 10 from the 24-yard line. The pitch out to the left side to Griffin Young, and he cuts it to the left sideline. Picks up a few yards.
22, Griffin Young on the carry.
Bring up 2nd down and long.
37, Philip Mellish.
YCN is now affiliated with the Heroes and Icons Network, drawing from timeless classics as well as more contemporary TV. All eyes are on H&I.
2nd and 8. Hanover content to just keep the chains moving, keep the clock moving, keep it on the ground. Man in motion. The pitch again to the right side, and again this one is Caleb Putnam.
Carry tackled by 87, Bradley Plodzik.
Plodzik on the stop. That'll bring up 3rd down No gain there, 3rd and 8.
Ball's at the Raider 23-yard line.
Today's game is being brought to you in part by Ramontos in Claremont. Always fresh, always delicious. All YCN games are on Facebook Live at YCN News.
Hanover wants a timeout, so as they continue to move down the field, they face a 3rd and long, and they want to talk it over. We'll be right back.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Bubba's Bar and Grill on Lake Sunapee in Newberry Harbor.
Welcome back. YCN Game of the Week. Hanover Marauders here in Lebanon facing the Raiders. Mosenthal will keep it himself, trying to get to the edge. He's got someone in pursuit, and he just does outrun number 76, Tyler Spaulding.
11 outs here. Mosenthal to carry, tackled by 34, Solomon Mullish.
Doesn't quite get to the marker. That'll bring up 4th and short. 4th and a long yard. And at this point, you go for it, obviously, with 1:23 to go in the half. You're either going to... How many timeouts does Hanover get in this half? I thought they'd already used 3. They're going to call another one. So, 1:23 to go. We'll step aside. Hanover leading 6-0. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer.
Welcome back, YCN Game of the Week. 1:23 to play here in the first half. Hanover leading 6-0, facing a 4th and short. Mosenthal under center and some movement. Offensive line. Imagine that'll go against the Marauders, and that's just inexcusable out of the timeout.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. You had 4th and 1, and obviously the Marauders now have to change up their strategy here. And with their pretty reliable kicker, see what they decide to do. We'll see what the call is.
Yeah, the refs are still talking it over, so if it was a false start, you'd think it'd be pretty obvious to make the call, so maybe it is a false start after all that. So 5 yards. Penalty dropping back at 4th and 6. Yeah, now you wonder what they would do here on
Penalty, 4th down.
4th and a little bit longer. Looks like what's the ball on the 21-yard line. So it'll still be 38-yard field goal. So they're still going to go for it. 4th and 6. Mosenthal dropping back, looking downfield. He has a man, and it's complete down the field for a first down, Hanover.
That was number 28, Graham Penfield there with the catch. Nice job by him, and nice throw by Mosenthal there as well, and he was feeling some pressure, so nice job getting the pass off.
First down, Hanover.
It's a big first down for the Marauders. With about a minute left, looks like they're going to punch in another touchdown.
Right in front of their own student section. Have set up camp down here in Lebanon. And another stoppage in play. And this time Lebanon's going to take a timeout.
Raiders.
So nobody's going to take any of these timeouts to the locker room with them, that's for sure. Inside a minute to play, 57 seconds to go. Hanover driving and leading 6-0.
This YCN segment is brought to you by Harris Family Furniture in Plymouth, Laconia, and Chichester.
So here we go. Inside a minute, 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. Mosenthal under center. Handoff. And no signal. They will say he's down before he gets to the end zone, about a couple yards short. Hanover obviously running the hurry-up offense with no timeouts to go. Mosenthal is going to keep it, sneaks off the right side, and it looks like he is in. Touchdown, Marauders.
11, Alexander Mosenthal to carry.
Nice job by Hanover in this drive, and they had to overcome multiple flags and a couple of 3rd downs and 4th downs. Nice job by Hanover, and
Their fan section's going crazy, and now 12-0. See if Lebanon can block this extra kick, though.
Kick is up, and this one is good. So Celaya gets his second attempt.
Point after attempt is good.
And Hanover takes the lead, 13-0. 37 seconds to go. We'll get the kickoff right here coming up, and Andrew, well, we have a little bit of time before the kickoff. This interesting half. They've had Lebanon move the ball early, couldn't punch it in. Another nice pass, and then all of a sudden Hanover kind of took over this game, and before you know it, it's 13-0, and really Lebanon hasn't been completely outplayed that badly.
No, and yeah, I mean, the fact that it was just 6-0 really at the end of the first half with the injuries that Lebanon has sustained with their starting quarterback and Matt Islander obviously out. You know, it's probably a small victory for them, and only down here 2 scores starting the second half. They can rally their team together and overcome those injuries, using their home fans as well to pump them up. They could pull this one out.
So the kick goes through the end zone, first down for Lebanon at their own 20. Problem is, though, at the second half, Hanover will get the football. So you're going to have to come out and immediately get back on the field, and defense has got to put together a better effort than they did on that drive. So we'll see what they can come up with out of the locker room, and we'll see what they do here with 37 seconds to play. Obviously, their starting quarterback injured. Islander is still on the bench. And they will be just happy to get out of this half only down 13-0. They don't want to get into a bigger hole by fumbling anything or throwing an interception, so they'll just kneel the ball down once and let the clock run down. They will have to snap one more. Nope, they will not have to snap another one. So as the clock winds down, the final 10 seconds of this first half, Hanover scores a touchdown in the first quarter, misses the extra point. They score a touchdown in the second quarter. They connect on the extra point. And at halftime here from Lebanon, the Marauders lead the Raiders 13-0. We will take a break and come back with second half action. After this, you're watching the YCN Game of the Week.